It's totally weird. We're informal.
Okay.
Yes. Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the Tall and the Short of It with
Betsy.
and Jenny and
Andrea.
Yes. So we are here today to interview Andrea as a parent of someone with Down syndrome because this is our Down Syndrome Awareness Month. And we just felt like
Hey,
this would be
Darce.
a great topic. Hey, Darcy.
Mrs. McCorkle's watching.
Oh my goodness. We're trying to get Gracie to come say hi. She's not so sure about that. So maybe she will here in a little bit. So basically what we wanted to do today was just let Andrea tell a little bit about her story as a mom. And then we'll pick her brain a little and ask her some questions.
Hey,
okay?
Gracie, Mrs. McCorkle said hi to you.
Oh,
It's on the screen.
She's being a little shy.
That's okay.
That's all right.
All right. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about what that experience was like.
Well, when Gracie was born, we did not know ahead of time that she had Downs. And it actually took us about 16 hours to even figure that out. So that was not something that even when she was born that the doctors noticed right away.
Oh, really?
So when they took her, I was tired as night, whatever, they take her back to the nursery. I'm like, okay. And then when I woke up later, they said, I was like, okay, I want my baby back. And she was in, at that point, they had discovered that she had a heart issue with her heart. And so they had her in the incubator and whatever. And so the doctor came in and she's telling me about the heart issue, telling us, I guess Joe was there too. But, so she's telling us all that. And then she said to me, have you noticed anything else about your baby? And I said, well, yes, I think she might have Down syndrome. And she looked at me and she says, well, why do you think that? I said, I don't know. There's just something about the way she looks. There's just something about her that makes me think Down syndrome. She said, well, we think so too. And, the heart issue kind of confirmed that really.
Sure.
And so, and then there started our journey. So
I bet there was a lot of emotions kind of around that at first.
Yes, at first there was. And, I was never, my background is special ed. I've taught special ed and I'm a counselor now. But so I wasn't afraid of the diagnosis necessarily. But I really had no idea, the medical side of it. So, of course, that was really frightening. They tell her she has a big hole in her heart, but they didn't want to operate until spring. And so I'm like, okay, what does this look like? And, started doing lots of reading. And, I think the experience with the main doctor that we worked with, the main pediatrician, was wonderful. Yeah. I did not get the experience that a lot of parents get where, I was told she'll never do anything or, you should whatever. Interestingly enough, when I was pregnant with her, I was reading a book called The Memory Keeper's Daughter. It's a book about a doctor who delivers his twins. One of the twins has Downs. This would have been in the 60s, I think. And he takes the baby with Downs, gives it, takes it to an institution and tells the mother that baby was stillborn.
Oh my gosh.
And so, but the nurse then takes the baby and raises it. And it's a beautiful story if you ever get a chance to watch it or read it. But I had just finished that book.
Oh my gosh.
Prior to days before Gracie was born. So, I kind of had that story in my head. And, from the very beginning, I think Joe and I were very committed to just making sure that she was never further handicapped with low expectations. As a special ed teacher, I've been in many, many classrooms of all sorts, and I was kind of itinerant for a while. And I've seen really good classrooms. I've seen not so good classrooms, but I can tell you, and this is true of everybody, not just kids with disabilities, but the most disabling thing you can do to a child, in my opinion, is have low expectations for what they can do.
Absolutely.
And so, that's just always been a really big thing for us, was to make sure that our expectations are realistic, but at the same time very high.
Yes.
So we really never treated her like she is disabled in any way. And I don't think she thinks of herself as being disabled.
I would say that you're completely right about that.
Gracie,
Sure.
come see us.
Come say hi. Mrs. Coon's watching too.
She's still hiding.
All right. Good.
You can do that, but will you come say hi, please?
Just come in and wave and say
You
hi.
can just wave. You don't even have to talk if you don't want to.
yeah.
Here she comes.
Here she comes. Yay.
Look.
You say hello.
Look.
Get in there and wave. Wave to him.
Miss McCorkle's watching you, and Mrs. Coon's watching you.
There you go. Look at you,
Here
girl.
she
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
look, you got
you're
hearts.
getting hearts,
You
Gracie.
got hearts.
Gracie, we
Look
didn't
at
get
that.
hearts.
We never get hearts.
That's the first time I've seen hearts popping up
That's
there.
right. That's right.
We may have to have you back more often.
Exactly. Exactly.
You want to say anything? You tell them what you like to do at school? What do you like to do at school? What's your favorite?
Math.
Math is your favorite?
She loves math.
Ooh.
Who's your math teacher?
Mrs. Bass.
Mrs. Bass.
She loves Mrs. Bass.
Yes, she does. And what are we going to do later this evening that you love to do?
Swimming.
Swimming.
Oh, I've heard
Yeah.
She
that
does-
you are a very good swimmer.
She is a very good swimmer. She swims with Special Olympics and has many medals and ribbons, don't you? What's your favorite to swim?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite stroke?
No, just and
Freestyle. You know what? You better go let Mia out before she has a heart attack.
all right.
All right.
Daddy's
Thank
home.
you, Gracie.
That's
My daddy's home.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about school because
Okay.
when she came to kindergarten, you know, what kind of conversations happened when she?
Well, I
coming
was
to
just
kindergarten?
really, it was important to me that she be in the most mainstream setting that we could meet her needs in. And so, you know, we had conversations and she had a great experience in her preschool class. But it was just really important to me that she be with her same age peers as much as possible. So you were gracious enough to be able to supply a one-on-one for her in kindergarten. Interestingly enough, her one-on-one is now a surrogate aunt. They have adopted her into their family. She's going to stay with them this weekend. Mrs. Young has been nothing short of
Mrs. Young watches a lot of our broadcasts.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, she does.
she is Gracie's BFF for sure, and James, her husband, as well.
Oh,
But
yeah. I've heard you really like James.
you like James and Jonna, don't you? So, but she was really successful there. You know, she surprises me every year as far as, you know, what she can do. And then as she moved forward, you know, there was some concern about whether, you know, she could be completely successful in a, you know, fully integrated. So she was with Mrs. McCorkle for a while at the elementary school and learned so much with her. I just amazing strides. And so, and then as she got older, we got to the point where we felt she could go back in, and she currently spends most of her, well, except for a couple resource period, spends all of her day in gen ed, except for the math, and is really doing really well. She had A's and B's and 1 C on her report card this last 9 weeks.
Good job, Gracie.
I know. And she gets support, but she's doing everything that the other kids are doing.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yes.
She is.
So that is a lesson in how great it is. I mean, and how not only has it been great for Gracie, but I think it's really been great for her peers.
Absolutely.
As well.
Those kids are so good to her and so kind, and yeah, I think yes, it's been just as good for them. I think their parents would say it's just been just as good for them as it has been for Gracie. They they help her. They're the first to, when they do a group project, you know, come with us, Gracie, you know, be in our group, whatever they just do whatever she needs. And it's just been an amazing experience.
For sure.
You like your friends at school, Gracie? Yes.
That's right.
No, it's been, and I don't know. every year it's kind of like, okay, is this the year that, we'll get to the point where she hits a wall and it's going to be too hard? I just, and there's that, it's hard, that balance of, pushing her hard, expecting a lot, but not getting her to the point where she's overwhelmed or it's too much for her. And, we just take it 1 year at a time. And,
go
so
ahead.
far it's been fine,
We've talked about this we talked a little bit about it last week, I believe, but like just overall, like it is every child, in every situation, it is a child by child, and it's all different. It's, you never know, but at the same time, like you said, every year, every situation and it's not like a prescribed, like, okay, this is the path we're taking. Here it is.
Well, and every year is a new environment, so
Right.
you'll have to examine each environment to see what supports are going to be needed. But,
Right. So, I think that's awesome. And that's the great thing about at least yearly PACE conferences, because as you can
So, and this brings up a good point. I was just in a training on Wednesday, actually. So yesterday, where we talked about something called the least dangerous assumption. What that is saying, okay, if I assume they can, but they can't, we can always pull back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But if I assume they can't, but they really could, that's hurting them.
Yes,
right.
So we
missed
always
out.
have to make that least dangerous assumption.
And we've talked about you always err on the side of assuming
ability.
Every
And
time.
then, even if a child's nonverbal, we should always assume they're taking in what we're talking about,
Right.
or whatever, until we find out they're not.
Right.
And
Very
so, like, those are the kinds of things that when you're having conversations in case conferences, always, that parents and the school themselves should always be thinking about what's the least dangerous assumption we can make here.
Right.
We need to give them the opportunity to try.
Yep.
Well, I love something you talked about. She's right here.
Yeah.
She's our behind the scenes production.
That's right.
But she's involved in the swimming with and I see on Facebook all the you're so busy.
I know. You
Gracie
did some
has
dog
more-
sitting, I saw.
Yes.
Yep.
Mr.
She bowls, don't you? You like bowling
Oh.
on Saturdays and
Gracie, you have more of a life than
Some of us.
than I do.
sometimes she has too much of a life.
But I just love that the being involved
come back in.
and everything. And so Gracie, we know you like to swim and you like to bowl. What other things do you like to do?
You like music. She loves to listen to music. Don't
You
you
were listening to
Sing.
music when you were outside when we first got here, weren't you?
She swings for hours a day. Tell them what you want to do when you grow up. What do you want to do when you grow up?
Be a mom and play like bagger.
She wants to bag groceries at Payless and be a mom. That's what
Awesome.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you think being a mom will be easy or hard?
Easy.
You think it'll be easy?
It's a lot harder than it looks.
Will you make your kids pick up all their toys? You will?
Do you have a lot of homework in 7th grade? Do you get a lot of homework?
Not a lot.
No.
She works really hard with Mrs. Fisher in resource, and gets a lot of times gets it all done before she comes
Well,
home.
that's good.
But we probably spend maybe 2 to 3 hours a week.
That's
So,
not bad. That's
not too
typical
bad.
for
Yeah.
middle school. For
Yep.
sure.
So
All right. So, anything else that you feel like our public should know about parenting a kiddo with Down syndrome?
well, I mean, it's parenting a kid.
That's right.
It's just parenting a kid. But again, the biggest thing for me has always just been have those high expectations. Expect that they can do things, and then again, like you said, if you come across something that they can't do, then you can always pull back. But always give them the benefit of the doubt. That I think so often we just and it's better than it used to be. I mean, I think, but what a gift. What a gift she's been. What a blessing.
And Gracie, we've known you, I think, since you were three.
Three.
Since
Yeah,
you were three.
actually, before she was 3. I put her on the bus at like 2 months shy of 3.
Okay.
Because her birthday's in October. So she was
sure,
itty bitty.
For sure.
Weren't you?
All
Just a
right.
little squirt. Anything else you want to say?
You want to say hi to anybody out there?
Hey, Mrs. Young watches or Mrs. Young, I'm sorry.
Jonna
Jonna. Miss
watches.
Jonna watches our thing, so you could tell her hi.
And we can tag her in it so she
Yes,
makes
we
sure
can.
to watch it.
Yes.
No.
Let's go.
You can say hi to Mamaw too, because I'll make her watch
You want
it.
to say hi to me?
Hi, Mama.
I bet Jonna will make James watch it too.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna be famous, Gracie.
Yes. All right. Well, that is it for today on the tall and the short of it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll share this out so more people can watch. And next week, oh my gosh. So next week is our 1 year anniversary of the tall and the short of
Oh,
it.
cool.
1 year anniversary. So we are going to be doing a special episode, I guess.
Yeah.
We haven't even planned it yet. So, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a giveaway. So everybody should watch if you want to get something cool. All
There you go.
right,
So,
thanks everybody
thanks for having us
watching.
this
Bye,
week.
Madam
Bye,
Gracie.
guys.
Say bye.
Bye.
I always wave with the wrong hand.